experiences of our lead coach, Coach Gregory Lewis, who is a former professional soccer player. The kids at Soccer Kickers learn fundamental soccer skills through fun games. Through soccer, we help our kickers develop social skills with creative activities where they learn to take turns, to share, and in addition, they learn essential soccer skills such as passing, shooting, and juggling. Using an emergent curriculum, our program factors in the developmental stage of our kickers to keep them physically active, live fit and healthy lives, and most importantly, have fun. My husband and I started this program out of a desire to have a positive impact in this community. We, parents ourselves, understand the importance of finding fun activities for children and activities that take place in nurturing and safe environments that will also challenge each child in new ways. The community of kickers, parents, and coaches is what truly makes Soccer Kickers so special. We hope this program inspires every single parent in our community to join us with their little ones and for their children to fall in love with soccer.
Welcome to the Major League Indoor Soccer here at the TOCA Soccer and Sports Center, Novi East. We are here with a critical matchup between Lansing Red Cedar and Pittsburgh Bridge City FC. Both clubs very close to each other on the standings. Lansing 4 wins, 4 losses. One of those wins being an overtime win. They are 4th place in the North Division. You can see them in the red and whites walking on to the right side. And you have Pittsburgh as well. They are 5th place, just a little bit behind Lansing with a record of 2 wins and 3 losses. Looking to catch up to Lansing. Lansing with 11 points on the season so far after 8 games, though Pittsburgh have only played 5 games, so they have 3 games in hand. You can see them in their gold and black kits right there. They have 6 points on the season. Both teams looking to catch the teams higher up on the standings as well. Cleveland, Toronto, and Chicago lead the North Division at the moment. But this will be an entertaining game, and here we go. Lansing will take the kickoff to start off the game here in this opening quarter for the MLIS, I should say. Lansing will go ahead and take this ball and try to make an immediate push up as far across the field as they can. Looks like they're going to try to find some openings, find a teammate. They're looking for Rodriguez there. He's going to dribble that one behind midfield. We'll take it back. I believe that's Tukalevsky in goal. I could be mistaken, but he's going to hand it off on that left side of the field. And then he'll pass it forward as he can, but it looks like it'll get intercepted there by Pittsburgh, who try to wrap their way around Lansing. A little bit of hand fighting in the beginning there, but it'll be taken away. Lansing will take that turnover, and Pittsburgh will try to work with it as best as they can. They'll pass it back towards that midfield to look for Anthony Rowan. They'll play it back to their keeper, Dave Glorioso, or Grant Glorioso, I should say. Has been pretty stellar in goal for Pittsburgh. They'll launch that one up, try to find an opening. That was a good header into an open space, but no one was really there to receive that. Oh, but a mishap, and that is going to go into the back of the net in just over a minute into the game. Pittsburgh will take the opening lead. Oh, we got to see this again to see what happened with the keeper. Just passing it by, maybe just glances off the keeper. I can't tell. And then just an unbelievable goal. Javier Morahan, I believe that might have been, to take that one and scores. Takes the lead for Pittsburgh a minute into this contest. Lansing find themselves back into a deep hole early on. They struggled with conceding goals all of last season, have been a bit better this year, though they do have a -8 goal difference heading into this contest. Lansing, they'll have to pass onto that right side, looking to try to find some space there, but it's going to get taken away or brought all the way back towards their own end. Now the goalkeeper, a little bit frazzled there, shaken up after that moment, just allowing a goal that could have easily been prevented. Gonna have to pick himself up after that and See if he can help propel his team forward and give them the motivation they need to get back into this contest early on. Again, the last time these two teams faced each other back in December of the season. Oh, that one was a nice shot. Tried to go in between the legs there with a nice little nutmeg, but could not make it. That was Cole Heiser, and tried to pull some magic. But yes, the last time these two teams faced was back in December in Pittsburgh, where Bridge City won by a scoreline of 6-2. And now here in the early goings of this contest, Pittsburgh takes the lead here as Stefan Lundberg tries to find that cross. Is not able to get that to go his way. The keeper will pass it back, but it's going to get taken away. That was in a crowded area. And now Pittsburgh will look to try again. That's going to go off of that post and take a deflection, make its way back out into the open area. But the ref will stop. Ref will stop the play after that moment. And he will opt to give the ball towards Pittsburgh. It looks like they will have a direct free kick in a very dangerous area. We're looking at Nathan Dragicic. Takes a pass to the right. Oh, good save. And that one also off the line. Great save by Lansing to keep this one at a 1-0 contest. Though Pittsburgh still on the attack, trying to find some offensive. A good takeaway by Lansing just to clear that and get it as far down the field as it can. Di Matteo will take this now. Try for a pass a little bit to the right side of the field, but good defensive work on Lansing's part. Play it all the way back towards Escueda. We'll go back towards the keeper, Glorioso. Again, this is Pittsburgh's first year in MLIS. Looking to make a mark here in their first season. They've been on a 3-game losing streak, though, and almost had a great opportunity at goal once again. But coming off of a 3-game losing streak, most recently losing 7-6 to Chicago just last week on the 31st of January. They're looking to rebound and get back into winning form as they open the season with 2 straight wins. Of course, one of those wins being against this Lansing team. As Lansing will take that interception and will look to try to pass it all the way down that left wing here. Haven't had a lot of time on this side of the field. It's a direct shot. And what a goal for Lansing to tie things up. Joselito Rodriguez gets a goal and brings this one level 1-1. Incredible shot for Rodriguez. Beautiful cross into the center of the field. As I was just about to say, or as I had just said, that Lansing haven't had a lot of opportunities in the box in the final third of Pittsburgh's area. On their pretty much their first attempt there, they're able to convert. And all of a sudden this game is tied just about 5 minutes in. Good steal by Lansing while the keeper's far out. Oh, and just was not accurate enough to get that ball into the back of the net. That was a great opportunity for Lansing to immediately take a lead after being down for the early portion of this contest. And now Pittsburgh, we'll have to see how they respond. They're going to take a pass to the left side. Now they look to dribble this one forward, trying to find some space around. We'll take a quick shot. Morris was just trying to pass to one of their forwards up there. Now they'll look to keep this one towards middle of the field, passing it towards Nolan Hutter. We'll pass back towards Rowan. Rowan back to that right side. Pittsburgh trying to slow down the pace a little bit after conceding a goal here. Pittsburgh has a -3 goal difference in the season. They've scored 30. And they've given up 33 heading into this game. So now it's 31-34. Still a -3 goal difference, if we have a live goal difference standing. But Lansing trying to take that ball away and get another attack going. Seems promising, but taken away by Pittsburgh. They're going to make their way upfield. Trying to find their teammate on that left side, but it's going to get taken back. Ref will call a stoppage here. Looks like Pittsburgh will get a free kick after presumably a foul in a pretty dangerous area here. Not a lot of distance. Got a 2-man wall. We'll see which direction they try to shoot it. They go back and try to find that space but Lansing doing well to close it up. They're looking for Dragicic right now. He's going to try to pass it towards that top of the box. Good takeaway by Lansing. Lansing with that dribble forward. We'll push it towards that right side of the field. Look to get out of their own end. That one gets lifted up just way over the bar. Gonna be over those boards, over the fences. That'll go out of play. And Pittsburgh will once again regain possession. Lansing just trying not to allow Pittsburgh to get any sort of offense in that final third. They've taken a lot of attacks so far, but are looking to regain some possession as they'll pass it back. They're going to look forward towards Yusuf Bitar. Now they'll play it towards Cole Heiser once again. Back to their keeper, Tukalevsky. Now they go back towards that left side. Once again, going to try and find some space. A good back and forth effort. Good save by the keeper, Glorioso, for Pittsburgh. Now it's Pittsburgh's turn to run it upfield. Going to try to find some space. Going to try a one-man effort. Gets saved, though. Off the wall. And that will go up and over, and the ref will call that stoppage right there. So a couple of good attacks on both ends of the field right there in that last play, that last series. Pittsburgh had a good chance themselves. Before that, Lansing, a fantastic opportunity. Again, potentially ruining their chance when the keeper was way out of line and was looking for an open net. Lansing and just pushed it wide to the right. Could be 2-1 for Lansing, but Pittsburgh again have had the majority of the possession in this contest so far. So in this first quarter, nearly halfway through the first quarter, things sit a goal apiece. And so it looks like a timeout may have been called, as both teams will be talking about game plans and strategies going forward. So Lansing have the second most goals per game allowed in the North Conference with 10 goals per game. Significantly better margin than their mark last season, where they allowed about 15 and a half, almost 16 goals per game. Last season was one to forget for Lansing in their opening campaign, their first year, where they did not win a single game, went 0-12, and had 187 goals go against them. So they've much improved for this season. 4 wins and 4 losses so far. Perfect 2-2, both on home and the road. Again, looking to get back to a plus 500 mark, as they've lost their previous game. But play will resume here with Pittsburgh taking over possession. We'll try to pass that one back towards Tukalevsky's there to read it. They're trying to argue that he touched it out of the box, but play will resume. Could have resulted in a potential free kick there. Dangerous spot for Pittsburgh, but either way, the officials did not see it that way, and Lansing will just continue with their possession. Lansing will have a good attack in the opening area. Going to take a direct shot. That was a good chance there. Good turnaround by Anthony Racinos. But Pittsburgh will take over deep in their own territory. Will pass towards that left side. And then once again, looking to slow down the pace of the game. Ever since conceding that goal, they've considerably slowed down their pacing. And just look to try to keep the ball away from Lansing, or at least try to keep Lansing pinned deep. Try to force an error. As the same thing that allowed in that first goal, and they nearly did once again. That was a good chance. Austin Rock, I believe, had that chance for Pittsburgh, but it just bounced off of his shin. Direct, almost goalkeeper to goalkeeper shot, but Glorioso was there to read that and not allow the goalkeeper goal to happen. Pittsburgh going to lift this one up, try to find an attacking space here. Looking to see if they can get some goals in open play. Gonna take a shot, size it up, and just gets it in over the goalkeeper. That's gonna be a goal, and Pittsburgh will take the lead. That is Logan Manheimer with the goal, and Pittsburgh will take a 2-1 lead. Picks it up. Looks like he got deflected as well. Deflected by number 5, Akeem Alade. Just had it. His leg was there. Tried to deflect the ball, and it goes out of play, but into the back of the net for Pittsburgh. Once again, in this first quarter, they lead, and it looks like they're not done yet. They're going to try and take another attack. Tukalevsky's there. We'll try to prevent the 3-1 for now. Once again, tries to take a shot, but that's going to get deflected out of bounds. Well out of bounds. Will be a free kick here. Pittsburgh doing well for the attack. Now they'll go back. Glorioso with the ball as he goes beyond midfield. Feels comfortable. Going well beyond the goalkeeper's box. Tukalevsky there to slide and pick up the ball. Trying his best not to have any unforced errors like in the opening goal. But here come Pittsburgh once again. They'll go back to Glorioso. Now he'll lift it back up. Keeper to keeper. Tukalevsky's there. And he's going to launch this one as far as he can. Good skill moves there by Pittsburgh to maintain possession. Now they're going to try and travel up the field with it as they find that left side a little bit open. Deflected away by Lansing. But they still have it as it bounces off the wall favorably for them. And Lansing will take it back. Lansing getting swarmed by Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh will once again take the ball away, force a turnover, and win it back deep in their own half. Above the box, trying to go off the wall. No one's there for Pittsburgh. Lansing will take it over. Cody Granville just trying to clear that one. And now a good chance for Lansing as they try to push this one upfield. They have 2 Pittsburgh players. Could not get the shot that he wanted for Lansing. I think that was Aiden Bagley. And now here come Pittsburgh. Back to Glorioso as he travels up the field with it. Now the goalkeeper trying to sidestep some players from Lansing, and now he's got to be careful because the keeper's well out of goal, but Pittsburgh doing well to just take it away. And that's going to be a shot through the legs, and that will be another goal for Pittsburgh. And they're taking the lead early in this contest. Javier Moran again. Moran takes this and improves the team's lead. That's his second goal of the game. And Pittsburgh will have a 3-1 lead over Lansing in this first quarter. You can see some of the Lansing players after that goal happened, they were looking at the officials because there may have been some sort of foul before then, at least that they had thought was against Pittsburgh, but no such call. And either way, Pittsburgh will continue to just press hard and attack valiantly. Gonna try to pass it back, some wide open space on that right side. Looking at maybe a 4th in the first quarter, and they do! Pittsburgh with Austin Rock on the top of the box on that left side, slides it home. It was 1-1 for about halfway through this first quarter, but now Pittsburgh rips 3 in a row unanswered. And Lansing, all of a sudden, you see 25 there for Pittsburgh, just tried to get the shot off. I don't think he was trying to fake it, but he just couldn't get it. And then you saw Austin Rock there. Right place, right time, and now Lansing down 3. Oh, that was a great chance for him to get back in it, to at least pull one back early on in this game. Refs are saying play on after that one. Even the Pittsburgh players stopped, thinking that there would be a whistle called, but instead Lansing will pass it back towards their keeper. Tukulevsky going to try to pass it forward. And now Lansing looking for a couple of open spots. Will he just take the shot? He will. That was a good option for Erickson. Erickson towards the left. pass it back, trying to sidestep a couple of players from Pittsburgh. Lansing haven't done well with a lot of possession so far, but if they were able to get that back heel, that's going to be a foul brought down. And that's going to be a set piece opportunity for Lansing with about 1 minute and 22 seconds to go in the first quarter. Lansing were down 1-0, brought it back to 1-1, but now all of a sudden find themselves down 4-1 against Pittsburgh here in their home arena. You see Erickson standing over the ball. You got a 3-man wall for Pittsburgh. What is the strategy? Lansing will go here. They'll pass it towards the right side, try and take a direct shot right to the keeper. It was a good shot from Joselito Rodriguez. Got the goal for Lansing earlier in this contest. But now Pittsburgh have a chance to counter. Good steal takeaway from Lansing. That ball will go up the field. Rodriguez with the ball on the left side. Gonna try to find a teammate. Looking to maybe get a good cross in. Instead tries to slide it into the back of himself. Just couldn't get the angle. It was a little bit too harsh. And Pittsburgh will pick it back up with under 1 minute to go in this first quarter. They drive down that right side of the field. Lansing will try to get all their players back. They'll play it back towards Marcus Squeda. Now back to Glorioso. The takeaway there by Lansing. Going to try to at least chip the keeper, who was well out of line. But the keeper got back faster. Pittsburgh, I think, looking to close out this first quarter strong. Lansing seeing if they could get any opportunities to at least bring one back before the quarter expires. Pittsburgh traveling up, though. They might have different plans, Pittsburgh. Some shouts from handball from the Pittsburgh bench area. Now they'll be fighting over it on that left side of the field. Looks like it's going to be Lansing's ball. We'll go back to Tukalevsky. Now they'll just try to get it out of harm's way. They have a chance. And that looks to be the end of the first quarter. So what was a close game early on with a 1-1 scoreline, Pittsburgh pulls 3 ahead, and now it is 4-1 Pittsburgh after 1. How will Lansing respond? We'll see you at the start of the second quarter.
Soccer Kickers is the perfect year-round soccer program for children ages 2 to 12 who are new to soccer or who want to build upon past soccer experiences. Our program benefits from the skills and experiences of our lead coach, Coach Gregory Lewis, who is a former professional soccer player. The kids at Soccer Kickers learn fundamental soccer skills through fun games. Through soccer, we help our kickers develop social skills with creative activities where they learn to take turns, to share, and in addition, they learn essential soccer skills such as passing, shooting, and juggling. Using an emergent curriculum, our program factors in the developmental stage of our kickers to keep them physically active, live fit and healthy lives, and most importantly, have fun. My husband and I started this program out of a desire to have a positive impact in this community. We, parents ourselves, understand the importance of finding fun activities for children and activities that take place in nurturing and safe environments that will also challenge each child in new ways. The community of kickers, parents, and coaches is what truly makes Soccer Kickers so special. We hope this program inspires every single parent in our community to join us with their little ones and for their children to fall in love with soccer.
And we are live back with the start of the second quarter here between Pittsburgh and Lansing. Pittsburgh away here in the home arena of Lansing, takes a 4-1 lead. And we will see how Lansing can respond as the field has swapped now. Lansing will be attacking from right to left there in red and white, whereas Pittsburgh in the gold and blacks will be attacking from left to right. So Pittsburgh will take that ball back, but Lansing with a good takeaway. Just trying to maintain possession. They've struggled with that a lot throughout the first quarter. Couldn't get some good attacks going. Pittsburgh with good steals have been able to get some really great setups going. And now they'll try to at least set. They've been enjoying that left side of the field. Have found a lot of success there. But Lansing with a good defensive strategy so far to try at least pick the ball away. Pittsburgh, though, with a good chance just over the bar. Lansing will try to recover. That's going to be brought back across. And Lansing will have a good takeaway as they try to push this one forward. They're looking for Joseph Bitar here as he tries to cross it over, but nobody was home. Pittsburgh will take it back over. Now a good chance back for Glorioso, who had a lot of action for a goalkeeper in that first quarter, but now Pittsburgh driving up. Lansing just letting them drive as far forward as they can, not having a lot of high press. Be a good cross back towards the top of the box. Pittsburgh trying to find that nice back heel. That was Austin Rock, who has a goal already in this contest. Now they'll try to spread it across towards that right side. Looking for Anthony Rowan. Now Rock once again. Trying to back to Rowan. Rowan shoots and scores! Oh, Anthony Rowan! Pittsburgh go up 4, and that is their 5th goal of the contest. Their first of the second quarter. And very similar to that first goal, timing-wise, scored just over a minute into the second quarter, and Lansing are falling deeper and deeper into a hole as this game continues. It's still early on in this contest. However, being down 4 already does not bode well. So we'll have to see how Lansing can respond for the remainder of this quarter as it has just started. And especially for the second half as well. It's just a punch to the mouth. How is Lansing going to get up after that? We'll try to work on that right side. We'll opt to play it across instead for Cole Heiser. Heiser will send it forward, looking for an off-the-wall pass. Still able to recover the ball. They'll send it onto that right side, though. Push it back forward, but it'll go beyond half field. We'll try for off the wall once again, but just can't find any successful passes consecutively. And now Pittsburgh driving back up as far forward as they can. It's a good drive by Nathan Dragicic. We'll send it back to Glorioso. Glorioso will pass it towards Di Matteo. Di Matteo back to Glorioso. Keeper now. Again, right at midfield. Just doesn't mind being so far away from his own net. Almost an outfield player himself. That's going to be a trip up and a foul, a free kick. Di Matteo gets brought down. And just look at Glorioso. Keeper's just hanging out right around midfield. I love it. Now Pittsburgh, Neil Schaefer back to Glorioso. They take the free kick, trying to send it forward. Has an open player, gets brought down, no call. But Pittsburgh still will maintain possession as Lansing tries to turn it over to get a clearance out of the way. But Pittsburgh still with it, still trying to press hard into that final third of Lansing's. But Lansing will find a good clearance. And Glorioso just looking to find the open pass. Now that'll go off that right side as Lansing will just try to clear it. Just try to find any sort of attack that they can get. That'll be across the field of play in the face of goal. But not extremely threatening for Glorioso in Pittsburgh. Lansing will pick it back up. They'll try to pass it back wide. This is Bobby Sirambidis That'll go back towards the keeper, Tukalevsky. Just a couple of nice high percentage passes for Lansing, just trying to up their possession numbers as they look to try to find some sort of opening here against Pittsburgh. Their defense has been really well put together, Pittsburgh, and not allowing Lansing to get any form of attack, stymieing any sort of attack that Lansing has had so far. As they're going to bring it back towards Cody Granville. Granville, that one gets deflected. So Glorioso had to look out for that one. Lansing still have the ball, but Pittsburgh swarming them. 3 players on that. Able to force that turnover. Schaefer with it. Scanning his options as he passes towards the left side. Now that one's going to go back up and over. Across. Tukalevsky's got to be careful. Nearly a goal for Pittsburgh once again, but did well. Had strong hands there to pull that ball away from anywhere near the net, as a good cross into the box. It was a good look for Lansing. They're perhaps trying to find Erickson. Could not find the connection though, as Lansing still trying to build out from the back. Now Tukalevsky driving all the way up. We'll go back towards Granville. Granville back towards Racinos. Racinos trying to go off the wall, gets tripped up and fouled, or at least it looked like a foul, but it's hard. It was hard to see with the plexiglass there, so maybe just brought down cleanly. Either way, play on as Glorioso picks that one up and sends it away for Pittsburgh. So good a chance for Lansing, all things considered, but we're just unable to convert once again. Send it back towards Tukalevsky. He's going to lift that one up. Right around midfield. Be brought forward by João Vitor. And that will be brought down. That will be a foul. And that will be a free kick for Lansing. Down 4 against Pittsburgh. They struggled against him back in December. They're struggling against him here today. Lansing trying to just find any openings, go around the perimeter, just take a wild shot. That was Joselito Rodriguez, the lone goal scorer for Lansing. Oh, nearly a good takeaway there. That was a chance. That was a chance for Larry Garcia to try to take that for Lansing. It was just too hard and off the shin. So Pittsburgh will regain possession after that stoppage. Glorioso once again just chilling, walking beyond midfield, doing his thing, as it looks like the keeper. Ooh, is the ref going to call that Tukalevsky touched the ball outside of the box? I think that's what the ref is saying. And so now we're waiting to see what sort of consequential action could happen now that they've determined that Tukalevsky, the goalkeeper for Lansing, ended up picking up the ball outside of the box. We'll take a look at this once again as Glorioso sends that ball down for Pittsburgh. It just rides that left wall. They try to backheel towards the keeper, and I mean, he is relatively outside of the box when he gets the ball. So I would have to agree with the official on that one. Even from here, he was probably about a yard outside of the box. It was close. It was close. Like maybe he had his right foot in the box, but the ball definitely was not in the box by the time he touched it.
No. Let Eden do it. Someone give me a penny. It's just a standard penalty. Free kick right outside the box, just a standard blue card.
So it looks like their keeper got a blue card based on what some of the players were saying. So this will be that timeout period between the two teams as they try to deliberate and make a plan of action after that wild play. But it looks like when we return to action, it will be a blue card for the keeper, TOCA. And because of that, Lansing will be down a player for the next 2 minutes unless Pittsburgh were to score in the power play. And this is a dangerous spot for Lansing to be. They're already down 4, and now they're about to be down a man for 2 minutes as the keeper just picked up the ball about a yard too early. And so it looks like it'll be a standard free kick. It looks to be that Pittsburgh will be in a power play. So Pittsburgh looking really strong right now to try to come back from this 3-game losing streak that they're on. They've lost to Toronto 7-4 on January 10th. They lost to Cleveland 9-5, and they lost 7-6 to Chicago just last week. And they have 5 goals already, not even halfway through the second quarter. 4 of those goals were scored in the first quarter. And I believe it's Badgley, Aiden Badgley, number 12 for Lansing, that has the goalkeeper's jersey for now. And yeah, there are only 5 players, including the goalkeeper, or well, the substitute goalkeeper for now. And so it will be a power play for Pittsburgh once play resumes. And for 2 minutes, Pittsburgh have a man advantage. What can they do with it? They'll pass it back towards DiMatteo. DiMatteo back towards that left side. Gonna look for a good chance. Just trying to scan the perimeter. They'll go back towards Dragicic. Try to lift it up, and that is a goal for Pittsburgh to bring it to 6-1. A 5-goal difference. That power play did not last long whatsoever. And they convert once again on a power play for Pittsburgh. I believe Marquise Flowers, that might have been number 25 for Pittsburgh, adds to Pittsburgh's lead. So Tukulevski's back in because the power play, again, lasts for 2 minutes unless the team on the power play scores, therefore capitalizing on that man advantage. And oh, Lansing, that was a pretty darn good shot there. But they were unable to convert. They do get the ball back. They're down 5 as they bring it towards Joselito Rodriguez. Again, the lone goal scorer for Lansing so far in this contest. They'll pass it towards Racino. Trying to find an open man there. Ball bounced favorably, but there were a couple of Pittsburgh defenders just lined up. Now, good chance for Pittsburgh. That one just slid across the face of goal. Dragicic. Now it's going to go back towards Austin Rock. Austin Rock has a goal this season, and he has a second in this game, I meant to say. And Austin Rock, Pittsburgh are piling it on in Lansing. Cuts across. Nobody is near Rock. And he adds to his goal tally today with a brace. See the Lansing players just on the bench looking dejected. I don't blame them. This is nowhere near the start that they would have wanted or even expected heading into this matchup against Pittsburgh. And that one just cut across. I couldn't even get my next thought out, and they once again score. That is an 8th goal for Pittsburgh. Goals are raining down, and it is all Pittsburgh in this contest so far. It is 4 goals a quarter per quarter. And that was Jack Schreer, one of the team owners for Pittsburgh, getting on the score sheet. And now another timeout needs to be called, as Lansing just need to collect themselves and try to figure out how to respond to this Pittsburgh team that's been attacking and attacking and scoring and scoring. It's been a tough game for Lansing, who are 5 points ahead of Pittsburgh on the North Conference table. Granted, that is with a 3-game lead, where Lansing have played 8 games. This will be their 9th that they're playing right now. And Pittsburgh have played 5 games heading into this game, this being their 6th. And so, assuming Pittsburgh continues to attack relentlessly and win this contest, Pittsburgh will be just 2 points behind Lansing for 4th place on the table with 3 games in hand. And this looks to be a great response. This is the most goals that they have scored in quite some time. Definitely in the new year. Their 3 losses, they scored 4, 5, and 6 goals, Pittsburgh. And they scored 6 goals in their win against Lansing as well. Eight goals in this contest for Pittsburgh, only 1 for Lansing. This game was tied 1-1 for a good few minutes in the first quarter. But I think between goalkeeper mistakes and then Lansing's defense, just not being able to keep up with the speed and the creativity that Pittsburgh have had throughout this contest, have allowed 7 unanswered goals to be scored by Pittsburgh. And so they'll bring it back towards Di Matteo, who's another team owner for Pittsburgh. Glorioso sends it towards that left side for Pittsburgh. Now back across towards Nolan Hutter. This will be off the wall. And that one will come back across. It looks like Lansing also have a goalkeeper change as well. We'll have to try to find out who got in goal for Lansing, as Tukulevsky was having a fairly rough night as well. Started early on with that slip up, allowing the first goal for Pittsburgh just about a minute into the contest in the first quarter. Ooh, that was off the wall there for Pittsburgh, trying to send that one across, but only one person there for Pittsburgh, as Lansing just trying to clear that one away and send it as far forward as they can. Austin Rock, though, who is on a brace today, will pass towards the left side and will try to find an open net, and they do! And that'll be goal number 9 for Pittsburgh. Nathan Dragicic puts his name on the score sheet. And an assist from Austin Rock finds Dragicic on the left side, just cuts it in between the 2 defenders there for Lansing. And Pittsburgh, doesn't matter the goalkeeper, doesn't matter the defensive formation, doesn't matter how many timeouts, they will still continue to press and attack. They're trying to make their goal difference as high as possible. They're trying to send a statement towards the rest of the North Conference and perhaps the rest of the league entirely, as that one was another fantastic chance for Pittsburgh. But that one will be saved and picked back up. I believe it's Christopher Mora that is in for Pittsburgh for goal, or I'm sorry, in for Lansing for goalkeeper, taking over Tukulevsky's spot. But Pittsburgh Rock still trying to work with it, but now here comes Lansing trying to lift it up. Tries to push that one behind Glorioso. That was a good chance there from Wow Victor. Glorioso will try to send that one away from his own goal. Has not had much to worry about. Lansing will try to take it over in Pittsburgh, just too fast. He'll pass it on the right side. That will get taken away there by Lansing. Rock. We'll send it back, all the way back to Glorioso. Now they're going to try to send this one upfield as well. Finding some space. DiMatteo trying to add his name to the score sheet. And he does! Goal number 10 for Pittsburgh Bridge City. And they are making a lasting impression on the entire league with this showcase of dominance tonight. That is a goal for number 14, Joshua DiMatteo. Adds his name to the score sheet. And this is ugly. With under 3 minutes to go in the first half alone, Pittsburgh have scored 6 goals in the second quarter alone. And lead Lansing as that ball hits the net on the ceiling. Pittsburgh lead Lansing 10-1. Now, even then, because the keeper kicked the ball all the way up to the ceiling, it'll be a free kick for Pittsburgh. They're just going to try to take it directly on target. Pittsburgh will win the ball back. DiMatteo, who had just scored the 10th goal, will go off the wall. Tries to find some teammates. Lansing with a good takeaway, but not for long. Pittsburgh just right there. Always have the right people in the right places. Again, we'll pass back to Glorioso, who really enjoys being outside of his goal, but now he forces a turnover. Racino will pass it towards the right side for Lansing. Now this will go back, and had to be a diving save from Glorioso. That was a good shot from Granville. This one's going to go back all the way towards the box where Mora can pick it up, pass it back towards Serembitis. So try to do a little give and go, but unfortunately Pittsburgh stymies that plan, although Lansing will be able to take it over once again. Just couldn't get any formations going. They had a good look on that right side of the field, had a couple of good passes as they do try to steal that one back. Erickson really working to try and get the ball back for Lansing, but Pittsburgh, again, just too fast. And now really slowing down the pace of the game. Perhaps just trying to take this one into halftime without conceding. As that one stays in play, Pittsburgh still with the ball there. They're going to try to take a nice volley shot. Lansing's there to defend. Erickson will try to clear this one away as far as he can. They'll lift this one upfield. Looking towards that right side. Now Granville scanning his options. Finds an open man. We'll send it back, looking for Garcia. Garcia will play it up. Under a minute to go in this first half. Granville. Back to Garcia. This one goes up to Racino. Pittsburgh tries to take it away. They do successfully. Do they have one more goal in them before the half closes? They'll drive up the field. They'll cut it across. They're going to try to take a shot. Perhaps slid on the turf. Wasn't able to get the best footing on that. That will be a foul and a free kick with not much time left on the clock for Lansing. About 15 seconds to go. Looks like Lansing will take this free kick. will attempt to get something, anything out of this for the point in time in the first quarter. Within the first 4 minutes, they had tied the game. Since then, it's been nothing but Pittsburgh. Will they be able to get a shot off before the quarter comes to a close? Does not look like it. Glorioso gets 2 hands on it, and that will be halftime. And so a dominant second half, even more dominant than the first quarter. Pittsburgh takes a 10-1 lead over Lansing to first half. We will see you in about 15 minutes for the start of the second half.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
Get double points this fall at Best Western.
Clark, amazing at assists. Gamebridge, the ultimate assist for your savings. But ever since they teamed up, she's taken assisting to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, great at assists. Gamebridge, great at assists for your savings.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
Get double points this fall at Best Western.
Caitlin Clark, amazing at assists. Gamebridge, the ultimate assist for your savings. But ever since they teamed up, she's taken assisting to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, great at assists. Gamebridge, great at assists for your savings.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
Get double points this fall at Best Western.
Caitlin Clark, amazing at assists. Gamebridge, the ultimate assist for your savings. But ever since they teamed up, she's taken assisting to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, great at assists. Gamebridge, great at assists for your savings.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
Get double points this fall at Best Western.
Caitlin Clark, amazing at assists. Gamebridge, the ultimate assist for your savings. But ever since they teamed up, she's taken assisting to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, great at assists. Gamebridge, great at assists for your savings.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
Get double points this fall at Best Western.
Caitlin Clark, amazing at assists. Gamebridge, the ultimate assist for your savings. But ever since they teamed up, she's taken assisting to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, graded assists. Gamebridge, graded assists for your savings.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
Get double points this fall at Best Western.
Caitlin Clark.
Welcome back to the start of the third quarter between the Pittsburgh Bridge City FC and Lansing Red Cedar. And if you guys missed out on the first half, my goodness, what an insane, absolutely one-sided first half this game has been. It is 10-1, as you guys can see by the scoreline. Pittsburgh leading Lansing by 9 goals. It is an insane matchup. The last time they faced off against each other, like I mentioned in December, Pittsburgh had defeated Lansing by a scoreline of 6-2. This is nowhere near that, and we are only halfway through with this contest. Pittsburgh, basically everybody on their starting lineup and on their score sheet have a goal in this contest for Pittsburgh. They have had insane possession numbers. They've not let Lansing get comfortable whatsoever. Lansing have had very few attacking opportunities. They've had a lot of goalkeeper woes. Their starting keeper, Yurli Tukalevsky, had unfortunate blunder in the first minute of the game that allowed Pittsburgh to score the opening goal, and has not been able to recover from that one. And after the 8th goal that Pittsburgh had scored, Tukalevsky got replaced, and I believe it was by Christopher Mora, who then allowed 2 more goals to close out the second quarter. Pittsburgh ended up scoring 4 goals in the first quarter and 6 in the second quarter. So their goal difference is way up now as they enter today's contest with a -3. If the game somehow, some way does not have any more goals for the remainder of this contest, they will have a +6 goal difference heading into their next contest. And so Lansing, on the other hand, they lead Pittsburgh by 5 points on the table in the North Conference, as they have 4 wins, 3 regulation wins and 1 overtime win, and 4 losses as well. And granted, those 4 losses, they've allowed 80 goals, well, throughout all of their contests, and have scored 72, leading to a -8 goal difference for Lansing. But now with -9 in just this contest alone, that will make a severe dent into Lansing's goal difference. I had talked about how Lansing had improved significantly from 2025 to 2026 in terms of, or from last season, 2024 to 2025, coming into this season, 2025 to 2026, as Lansing didn't end up winning a game at all last year. They had only scored 53 goals and allowed 187 goals. They had the worst goal difference and the most goals per game allowed, allowing a minus 134 goal difference. Their worst defeat last season was a 15-1 loss against Cleveland. And this match is getting eerily close to that moment. And they also have allowed they've been a part of both of the second highest cumulative goals scoring games in this in MLIS history. And by that I mean the sum of the goals that both teams have scored. Lansing have been part of contests such as a 15-16 win against Fort Wayne on January 3rd. So 31 total goals in that contest. And last season, they had a 19-12 loss against Omaha, which also adds up to 31 goals. 21 goals have been scored in the, or I'm sorry, not 21. I can do math. 11 goals have been scored in this first half. And so we're a bit of a far cry from the 31 total goals to match those marks. But here we go, underway for the start of the third quarter. Let's see if the halftime talks for Lansing were beneficial and can help them at least get some consolation goals and perhaps pull a miracle style comeback. Here comes Erickson. Lansing trying to just figure out some new possession numbers as they're trying to find some space, as they had a good look there, but Glorioso was on top of it, able to recover the ball and pass it towards his Pittsburgh teammates. And now if you're the head coach for Pittsburgh, what do you tell your team at the half when you're up 9 goals? I mean, I guess you just tell them to keep doing what they're doing. Travis McKenzie, you can't allow Pittsburgh to get super complacent because there is still 30 minutes of soccer to be played. And I guess you just tell them that the game is 0-0 and that you just want them to keep attacking, to send a message to the rest of the teams in the Northern Conference. That was a diving save by Mora. Pittsburgh already attacking. I think that's what they want to do for the remainder of this contest, is to really just hammer home that, yes, this might be their first year in MLIS, but they're not going anywhere, and that the teams that are above them on the table better watch out. As Lansing tries to take a shot forward, and they do. Oh, what a diving save, using a beautiful kick leg save by Glorioso. Tries to get the rebound, Joselito Rodriguez. Both players on the pitch right now. It looks like it's going to go the other way. It'll be Pittsburgh's ball. Rodriguez, as I mentioned, the lone goal scorer for Lansing so far, had a great look, but the left foot of Glorioso, quick reaction time to just stick that leg out and block that ball and keep this a 10-1 contest. But either way, that last kick did collide with a Pittsburgh defender. And Pittsburgh will start with the ball. Glorioso will send it deep down the field. He'll keep it back. And now we'll try to scan the field for some options. This might be part of Pittsburgh's strategy, having the goalkeeper go forward. So as if the team sort of has 6 outfield players. Schaefer heads it towards that right side. Oh, through the legs of Mora, but Lansing's there to recover. They got some defenders to pick up the pieces there. And that's going to be a slip up and a foul. Lansing will recover. And they'll restart quickly as they try to take a wild shot just a little bit to the right side of goal. But Lansing do get it back. They're looking a bit stronger here, Lansing. As that one gets lifted up, that was a good chance for Granville. Got deflected by Pittsburgh. And so Lansing, Garcia will bring this back. Granville trying to find a through ball, but Pittsburgh there to recover. Granville wins it back. He's going to get tripped up. No foul call. Pittsburgh will keep it going. That will get taken away. Joao Vitor with that turnover for Lansing. It's going to go all the way back to Glorioso, though. That one gets lifted up high up into the air, out of play. Pittsburgh will take that free kick back into play. Lansing with a good turnover once again. And they're doing well to win the ball back so far early on in this second half. But Pittsburgh get it back. They'll try to go off the wall here. Just couldn't find that connection. Only had one player in the box. They'll go across the field of play, Lansing. Now it's Rob Vitor passing it towards the left. Gonna go off the wall. Oh, tries for the shot. Oh, Cole Heiser just couldn't connect, but it's a goal. Lansing off the recovery. And they get back into this contest. And they bring it 10-2. So I thought I was looking at Heiser's name, seeing they missed. But then the pickup and rebound. Number 88. For Lansing just takes it home. Just on the side. On that right side of the field. Unfortunately, I don't have the name, but he was able to send it home with a beautiful strike to the top left corner of the goal. And you can't say that Lansing didn't deserve that, because my goodness, that was an incredible shot. And Lansing had a good spell of possession for the first 3.5 minutes of this contest. Or for the second half, I should say. And so they kind of threw Pittsburgh off their game a little bit. And now they got that second goal. Granted, they did score their first goal at around this same time period in the first quarter and in the first half, and then proceeded to not score for the remainder of the contest. So we'll have to see if Lansing can rewrite their fortunes here. As Batar tries to send this one towards that left side of the field. It gets picked up by Lansing. We'll hang on that left side of the field. We'll bring it back across towards Batar. Tries to use the leg to control it. Just couldn't get that to work. And so now here comes Pittsburgh. Just going to look to slowly build it back from their own end. Glorioso will go off the wall. But Lansing doing well at forcing turnovers, and they score their third. And now Lansing are still down 7, which is a lot, but they've just scored 2 back-to-back and have kind of given Pittsburgh a little bit of a shock. And so what a goal there. Obson Alexander Mendez gets goal number 3 for Lansing. And so now it's just press and attack and basically take Pittsburgh's first half game plan and use it against them, is what Lansing seems to be doing. You can see the aggressiveness, the physicality, the morale. They have a spark. Glorioso gets his hands on that one. Badgley was looking to try to pick up those pieces, and now he's going to try and send Pittsburgh forward. Pittsburgh will send it towards Rowan. Rowan will lift it up. We'll try to go off the wall. Look for a teammate. Lansing does well to send that one out of play. Pittsburgh will get a chance to respond to the 2 quick goals that Lansing have delivered in this second half, in this third quarter. Jack Shearer, one of the owners of Pittsburgh Bridge City FC, stands over the ball. You have a 3-man wall there. Christopher Mora in goal in the back. Shearer gonna opt to play it across. Oh, what a diving save to the left for the keeper Mora. And Lansing continues to try to push the ball forward. It will be turned over to Pittsburgh, but it's a good clearance for Lansing. Good defensive clearance. And a good defensive stand from that free kick, that set piece chance that Pittsburgh had. Well, that's going to be brought down. Will we see any sort of call? No calls by the official from what we saw. Oh, good save there. Now here come Lansing once again. Racinos back across. And that will be a set piece opportunity for Lansing. Will we see a card being shown? You can see DiMatteo trying to plead his case. It will be a yellow card for Gabi. But you can see Racinos, number 10, Anthony Racinos. I'm trying to scan his options, just tries to kick it directly at the wall. We'll lift it back up. But it'll be a good defensive stand for Pittsburgh. And that will be a set piece chance for Lansing. Once again, just a few seconds after that first one, it's tripped up there, Granville. So now Racinos will pass it across, switch the field of play here. Racinos trying to split two Pittsburgh defenders, but Pittsburgh do well, and that will be a foul. And Pittsburgh will restart here through Schaefer. We'll try to find some open space on that left side. They enjoyed using the left side, had a lot of success with it. Back to Glorioso, who's going to travel, maybe take a shot of his own. And that just sneaks across a little bit too far to the left, though. And that one, wow! An unbelievable goal for Pittsburgh, extending their lead back to 8 goals. That one took a lot of skill, and they were able to pull it off. Finds an open man who slots that one top left corner. No one could save that. Incredible shot and goal for Pittsburgh. It is 11-3 now. And is that the momentum killer that Pittsburgh needed to stop Lansing? Or will Lansing continue to try to press and attack? And will look to try to claw their way back into this contest. Time is another factor as we are over halfway done with the third quarter. That one slides across, and that goes into the back of the net. And Lansing, as I was just talking about time, just seconds after Pittsburgh scored their 11th, they managed to bring the lead back down to 7 for Pittsburgh. And it just looks to be an incredible goal from number 16, Garcia. And that is goal number 4 for Lansing, mere seconds after Pittsburgh scored their 11th. And so that doesn't look like it was the momentum killer for Lansing. Oh, and Pittsburgh just a little bit too far to the left. Goals are flying. This game was 10-1 to start the third quarter. 4 goals have been scored so far in the first half of this third quarter. Pittsburgh looking to add to that. Have another chance. Lansing kicks it away. Have other plans. Back to passing for Pittsburgh. Looking to slow things down. DiMatteo will try to pass it. Looking for an open man. Lundberg. A good takeaway by Lansing. They have some space on the left. Here comes Garcia. Scored the 4th goal for Lansing. Immediately answered after Pittsburgh scored their 11th. We'll push this one forward. Got a couple of players from Lansing. That's a push. That's a shove. And that is going to be a dangerous free kick spot for Lansing. Brings down Racinos. And so a two-man wall, Glorioso covering his near post. You got the man who scored Lansing's third goal. Oh, tries to pass it deep. Good chance for Garcia to send it through, but the wall was there for Pittsburgh. Now back to Heiser. Lansing will push it as far forward as they can. Pittsburgh will go back across the wall. And now they'll look to push that one forward while they can. That one gets taken away by Lansing. And Lansing's had a majority spell of possession throughout this third quarter. They have not allowed Pittsburgh to get comfortable besides the one absolutely skillful goal that was scored by Pittsburgh. Not much have Pittsburgh had in terms of possession in Lansing's area. But now they look to change that. As Pittsburgh tries to push forward here, tries to find an open man, tries to cut it across. That was deflected there. Schaefer. Oh, and they score. I'm sorry. Oh, that looked like that was saved to the left. Oh, never mind. That's going to be a 12th goal for Pittsburgh. I'm going to need a replay on that one immediately. So was that a Schaefer goal that deflected? What happened there? Oh, it must have been a rebound. The rebound goal for Pittsburgh. I think that was Austin Rock. And that might be a hat trick for Austin Rock, who picks up the pieces and extends Pittsburgh's lead back to 8. Wow. Oh, and that ball goes across the face of goal. There was a lot going on there. Pittsburgh will get the ball back. They'll try to send it forward. It's a one-on-one opportunity. Oh, but the player loses his footing. And it's going, is this a blue card? It will. A blue card. Is it for the keeper? It is. And the second time this contest that a goalkeeper for Lansing gets a blue card. And so the referee blows the whistle right as Dragicic puts the ball in the back of the net for Pittsburgh. And now I believe it's Erickson that will be the mock goalkeeper. And this time it looks like it'll be a one-on-one shootout between Dragicic, number 23, and the mock goalkeeper here for Lansing, because it's the second time this game that their goalkeeper got a blue card and had to sit out on a power play, but this one is just a direct shootout. This is a chance for Pittsburgh to restore their 9-goal lead that they had heading into the half. So here comes Dragicic, one-on-one with the keeper. Oh, and gets saved. And so Erickson does his job as a fill-in keeper for Lansing. He's able to pick that one up. And so the shootout unsuccessful for Pittsburgh. But Lansing still have to be careful because they are in a penalty kill, as their keeper does have a blue card. And they will not be back to even footing until either after 2 minutes or if Pittsburgh scores before then. So Pittsburgh will be going to press as far up as they can. I'm surprised their goalkeeper isn't up there with them at this point in time. And that one, Di Matteo under the keeper. And that will restore Pittsburgh's 9-goal lead with under 5 to go in the third quarter. Di Matteo under 3 defenders there for Lansing. And so despite all the work that Lansing have put into this quarter so far, getting 3 goals back, Pittsburgh themselves have also scored 3 goals. And so basically this third quarter has been null and void so far, and Lansing have lost 10 minutes of clock time in terms of trying to get their game back and try to find their way back into this contest. It is a 9-goal difference once again, and this will be a free kick, a set piece opportunity for Lansing. Although, oh, I'm sorry, never mind. It looks like Lansing will have a shootout opportunity themselves. The one-on-one between Anthony Racinos and goalkeeper Glorioso. Racinos shoots. He misses. Great save by Glorioso. Racinos trying to bring it back, trying to get through all the defenders. Glorioso picks it up. And that will be an off-ball foul. The ref will call that stoppage. What will he make of this? Racinos was playing hard, especially after he missed his shootout kick. No cards will be shown. Looks like it would just be Pittsburgh's ball. Lansing will once again take over. We'll go off the wall. They'll try not to allow Pittsburgh to take this. Mora back in the game. Looks to be a set piece for Pittsburgh. This will be Dragicic, who missed the shootout kick earlier. Oh, just off the left post for Pittsburgh. Lansing traveling upfield. Good chance from Granville. Perhaps a shot deflected. Pittsburgh doing well in defense. They try to send that rock. Gets it taken away by Garcia. Lansing, Granville had a good look at it. We'll pass it on to that left side. Gonna try to take a shot there, but it gets deflected, taken away by Pittsburgh. Lansing still with the ball. Goes back around. And Pittsburgh will take over. We'll try to push this one across midfield. Glorioso, here he comes. Oh, looks like actually Glorioso is no longer in the game. This is Kevin Garcia. Goalkeeper coming off the bench for Pittsburgh. That one goes off the wall. And Mora with the save there for Lansing. Just able to pick it back up. Lansing trying to push the ball as far forward as they can. They realize time is running out for them. Garcia will take it for Pittsburgh. We'll send it back towards... Lansing will recover, force that turnover, and they'll continue to drive the ball. Can they get a goal to cut the lead back again as Garcia saves it before this third quarter comes to a close? To give themselves the smallest bit of momentum to perhaps have a snowball effect heading into the fourth quarter. They take over there. Granville across the wall, trying to find some space. Oh, they do! Lansing gets goal number 5. Joao Vitor de Aquino comes through on that right side of the field, picks up the pieces in a beautiful right-footed swing, curves into the back of the net, gets past Garcia. And they've cut the lead to 8 once again. You can hear the Lansing players on the bench saying they need one more. Can they cut the lead to 7 before the fourth quarter starts? It'll be a set piece for Pittsburgh. They'll pass it back towards Garcia, their keeper. Lansing is doing well to try to muscle their way in front of the ball. That's going to be a foul. And Pittsburgh will have a set piece chance once again. Schaefer stands over the ball. An 8-goal lead for Pittsburgh. 18 cumulative goals have been scored in this contest across both teams. Off the wall once again for Pittsburgh. Lansing takes it over. Tries for a little back heel pass. Was looking for a teammate there. Just couldn't get it to connect. But they still have the ball. Trying to lift it up. Trying to find João Vitor once again. Most recent goal scorer for Lansing. He keeps the ball. We'll keep it back. Granville. Pushing it forward. Trying to cut it across, but it bounces off the wall. Pittsburgh have some numbers there. They'll send it towards Rodriguez. Rodriguez off a defender. We'll go back across. Trying to find Mendez. Mendez slides it through. Can he get a shot off? He does! That's the second goal for Mendez. And Lansing brings the lead down to 7 for Pittsburgh. With the waning seconds of the third quarter, Lansing have just the smallest spark of life that they need in a 2-goal momentum shift heading into the fourth quarter. Pittsburgh looking to change things though. Oh, off the top of the bar. Lansing doing well. Can they somehow get another good counter as they push it across? Too strong. Well over. That's going to be a long throw for Garcia. Back across, and that will do it. What a thrilling third quarter we saw here. 3 goals scored for Pittsburgh, but 5 goals scored for Lansing. Your score line is Pittsburgh 13, Lansing 6, heading into the fourth. We'll see you in a minute.
Soccer Kickers is the perfect year-round soccer program for children ages 2 to 12 who are new to soccer or who want to build upon past soccer experiences. Our program benefits from the skills and experiences of our lead coach, Coach Gregory Lewis, who is a former professional soccer player. The kids at Soccer Kickers learn fundamental soccer skills through fun games. Through soccer, we help our kickers develop social skills with creative activities where they learn to take turns, to share, and in addition, they learn essential soccer skills such as passing, shooting, and juggling. Using an emergent curriculum, our program factors in the developmental stage of our kickers to keep them physically active, live fit and healthy lives, and most importantly, have fun. My husband and I started this program out of a desire to have a positive impact in this community. We, parents ourselves, understand the importance of finding fun activities for children and activities that take place in nurturing and safe environments that will also challenge each child in new ways. The community of kickers, parents, and coaches is what truly makes Soccer Kickers so special. We hope this program inspires every single parent in our community to join us with their little ones and for their children to fall in love with soccer.
We are back with the start of the fourth quarter. Welcome back as Pittsburgh trying to make their way and close out a decisive victory over Lansing. Though Lansing had a couple of brilliant moments in that third quarter, Lansing only scored 1 goal the entirety of the first half, managed to put 5 in the back of the net in the third quarter alone. And so down 7 against Pittsburgh, it's a tall order to see them score 7 unanswered against Pittsburgh. Oh, and it's going to be 8 unanswered because that one goes through. Dragicic extends the lead for Pittsburgh back to 8, and it is going to be 14-6 in favor of the visitors. Pittsburgh and Dragicic under the wall and under the keeper a nutmeg in between Erickson's legs. And will that close the door on Lansing's chances to get back into this contest, as the lead has now been brought back up to 8 in this fourth quarter with less than 15 minutes to go in the game. Racinos with the ball, passing it across the field, off the wall and in, and an immediate response and a little bit of a look back from Lansing as well. Yusuf Bitar says, no, sir, off the wall, and just passes it into the back of the net. And a stare down to the keeper. Lansing, all of a sudden, they get one back immediately. 2 goals within the first minute, one by each team in this fourth quarter. This one could come down to the wire, as shocking as it is to say. Despite Lansing being down 7, having half the goals that Pittsburgh currently have, Glorioso is back into this contest after recently being taken out of the game in favor of Garcia. And that was a dangerous play. Glorioso was well out of his goals. Got to be a little bit more careful. Luckily, he had a player that ran all the way back to track the ball. But that's the type of game Glorioso likes to play. It is a 7-goal lead, though, so as long as there are spells in the game, if you're a Pittsburgh fan, if there are spells in the game where there's not really any goals going on, maybe just some off the wall action, some slow passes, then time will just slowly run out and Lansing will run out of time. But Lansing are fighting all the way till the bitter end, as they have a chance once again. Racinos off the hands of Glorioso. Good save. That looks like to be what Pittsburgh's going to try to do. They're going to slow things down a little bit. They'll pass it through that right wing. Might go off the wall if they have the space, but instead we'll keep it around, play it back. Looking for Escueda, but instead turned over. Lansing will take it back. Rodriguez will pass up towards Racinos. Try to go off the wall to try to find a teammate. Schaefer will pick it up. Try to find his teammate. Trying to send it up. He'll be brought down. No call for the officials. But the ref will stop the play there. Maybe after some deliberation, they will give the ball in a set piece chance for Pittsburgh. It was late. It looked as if they were going to just allow the play on, but instead, Pittsburgh will have a set piece chance. And so a chance to extend their lead back to 8 goals. They have not had more than a 9-goal lead, Pittsburgh. Their lead is 7. Looks like the set piece will actually go to Lansing, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see who ends up with the ball. It could actually be, oh, my apologies. It does go to Pittsburgh. Just the way the players were standing in that orientation. But it will be a Pittsburgh free kick. It'll be a 3-man wall for Lansing. Mora in goal. Trying to not concede anymore. Standing over the ball. Pittsburgh gonna try to just pass it across. Take a direct shot, and Schaefer scores. It is 15-7. Pittsburgh extend their lead back to 8. Neil Schaefer, the defender, adds his name to the score sheet. A few yards ahead of the penalty box. You can see the defeat in the eyes of the Lansing players, because every time they try to get back into this contest, it's just response after response for Pittsburgh. Could be another response for Pittsburgh if they're not careful. Lansing, oh, just a little bit too tight. And that one's going to come back around for Lansing. as they try to push this up. Racinos looking to find Garcia, but Glorioso's there. Pittsburgh will bring it back deep in their own half. Back to their keeper. He's going to lift this one up. Goes back to Mora. Mora will keep it and hand it off. Time is starting to run out for Lansing. They're down 8 with 11 and a half to play. At this rate, they'll need almost a goal a minute to even consider sending this game into overtime, and that is without Pittsburgh answering. That's been the problem. Lansing have scored 6 goals in this second half. Pittsburgh have scored 5. If Lansing had not allowed a Pittsburgh goal this second half so far, this score would be 7-10, and we could be talking about a potential miracle comeback, but that is quite not how the story has unfolded today. Pittsburgh have had goal scorers from all sides of the field. Basically everyone except their goalkeeper has scored Pittsburgh at this rate, and they're looking for more, but they got to worry about a Lansing free kick first. Looks like it'll be a pass from Rodriguez across the wall. Pittsburgh there to recover. And Lansing tries to find the open space. Rodriguez, good pass there. Tries to find a player to go off the wall. And that'll make its way back around. Here comes Mendez once again. Tries to curl it around. Already has 2 goals today, but that one goes over the bar. That one's going to go up and over. We'll have a stoppage here. Should be a set piece for Pittsburgh because it was a Lansing sending that ball towards the ceiling. Or no, my apologies. It should be a Lansing free kick as opposed to Pittsburgh. Attacking territory for Lansing. Number 10, Anthony Racinos. Slight pass to the right, deep shot. Oh, a little bit of a deflection there from Pittsburgh. Gets that one outside of the net. Mendez, what's he gonna do with it here? Good spin move. Gets taken down as he takes a shot, but it stays with Lansing. Brought back, Mendez gets back up. Oh, tries for the give and go with Rodriguez, but Pittsburgh will recover. Not for long though. Here comes Lansing. Oh, huge shot. An incredible save by Glorioso. Pittsburgh surviving the flurry of attacks that Lansing have. Mora with a blunder, and that's going to be a goal for Pittsburgh. And the goalkeeper blunders just keep coming for Lansing, and that has been the Achilles heel all day. And once again, Pittsburgh capitalized just like they did for their very first goal of the game. They extend their lead back to 9 after picking the ball up the keeper's feet and sending that one back into the open net. Some of the easiest goals that you can have in this game. Just an unfortunate spell for Lansing. 16 goals they've allowed in this contest, and Pittsburgh might not be done. It is back to a +9 goal difference. And now both teams have scored 6 goals in the second half alone. That means already more goals in the second half have been scored than in the first half. 11 goals have scored in the first half, and now that is 13 goals cumulative scored in the second as Pittsburgh extends their lead to the most that they've had, a 10-goal lead as it goes to 17 goals for Pittsburgh. That one player was a little too far away. I could not identify, but that was a very sharp angle. Gets past the goalkeeper. It is 17-7. And it looks like all the air has left the room for Lansing. That is most definitely all she wrote in that one. The rest of the goals that Lansing may score will simply be just consolation and to try to mitigate the goal difference damage that this game will cause for them. Racinos tries to get the ball back there, but Pittsburgh will continue to stick with it here. This one goes back to Erickson. Erickson will send it forward. Tries to find Racinos once again, but Pittsburgh just all over the place, as they have been all game. They came in with an incredible game plan, have stuck to it, and have really thrown Lansing off their game. Erickson tries to go off the wall, tried to find Racinos there, but there were multiple Pittsburgh defenders to take that one away. Lots of skirmish over there on that left side of the field, but it'll be brought back towards Mendez. And look to try to pass it forward. Maybe a little give and go. Gets brought down instead. Will that be a foul? Doesn't look like it. They'll say play on for Lansing. And it'll go back to Mendez. The ref had the whistle in his mouth, but oh, wow! That would have been an unbelievable goal for Mendez to complete the hat trick there. Looks like Lansing have brought back the number 3 goalkeeper at this point. Alan Ramos is in at goal. It's been, as we mentioned, a very, very tough night for goalkeepers. But never mind that, as Erickson scores for Lansing to bring this one back to a 9-goal lead for Pittsburgh. But Lansing score their 8th. Number 5. Reese Erickson scores his first of the game. And so we will have our timeout here in this 4th quarter. Just trying to think of what they can do. Is there anything Lansing can do? There's about 6.5 minutes left of this contest. They're down 9. At this rate, as we mentioned, any additional goals will be consolation. Mathematically, it can be possible to score 9 goals in this amount of time against Pittsburgh. They've done it. They've scored 2 goals in, well, I want to say 20 seconds or so at some point. So mathematically they have a chance, but in all facets of the game and with how often Pittsburgh have responded to the goals that Lansing have scored, that's been the main issue, is being able to score multiple without having Pittsburgh respond to them. I think the most Lansing have scored without a Pittsburgh response was 3, but ever since then, Pittsburgh have scored a few more at a time to try to even up their lead and not allow anything less than a 7-goal lead for the entirety of this second half. So Pittsburgh will take this kickoff here. They're going to try to go direct to goal, trying to get past Ramos. Oh, it was a good kick for Dragicic. Looks like it got deflected. It'll go up and over. But it will be Lansing's ball. Ramos to pass back to Erickson, back to Ramos. Might look for Mendez, instead plays it forward, tries for the long ball, trying to find Batir. Batir trying to use his speed to get past Pittsburgh. It goes off the wall there. Glorioso. Look at save. It could be Garcia in goal as well with Pittsburgh. With how well their lead has been. Might not need their starting goalkeeper to finish out the game. Speaking of goalkeepers, Ramos is up there for Lansing. At this point, you need as many bodies up front as you can. See if you can overwhelm Pittsburgh. But if you lose the ball to them, then you create a dangerous opportunity if you don't run back to the goal. Lansing will win the ball back here. They'll pass it back towards their keeper, Ramos. Ramos will drive. Go forward, tries off the wall. Pittsburgh not allowing any action in the final third for Lansing. Although Lansing able to recover. Oh, it's a diving save for Garcia. It's off the wall again. Kicked back by Pittsburgh. And they're going to be good for a clearance here. Lansing another great chance. couldn't get it behind the back of the net. Racinos, can he score underneath the legs? But it's a good save. And that one's saved once again. A double save there for Garcia as he launches this one. Back across the field to play Pittsburgh. Not many players back here for Lansing. Somehow, someway, Dragicic skies a sitter. Had a great chance at goal and almost puts it to the roof. It will be Lansing's ball. Go back to Ramos, who once again is the goalkeeper for their team, but will be playing for the outfield. Mendez thought he was getting subbed out, but instead he's got the ball. We'll choose to drive it forward. Just to lay it off. It's a good chance. That was a nice little back heel flick. Now do we got any defense? Oh, Ramos had to be careful there. He's going to go off the wall. We'll send it back towards Erickson. Ramos. Towards Racinos. Goalkeeper. Back to Erickson. Tries to cut it across. Maybe a give and go. Ramos will pick it back up. Send it towards the right. Ramos back near midfield. Sends it right wing. We see off the wall. Good little chance there. Erickson just puts it to the roof. The ball gets stuck. So we'll have a new ball for the remainder of the contest. Oh, looks like they're able to get that one back up. So they will continue with the ball that they've had for the remainder of the game. Garcia will roll it out. Schaefer. It's been an impressive game for Pittsburgh. They've scored 10 in the first half. So far, 7 in the second. Ramos saves it. Lansing. This has been a game very reminiscent of last season. Just could not find their form tonight. Ran into a buzzsaw that was Pittsburgh. Well, again, let's not forget, Pittsburgh heading into this game are coming off of 3 straight losses after 2 wins in a row to start the season. This will be their first win since the second game that they played. And 2 out of 3 Pittsburgh wins this season will be against this Lansing team. Be a shot by Lansing. Good save by Garcia. Pittsburgh's there to recover. Goes back to Garcia once again. They play it across field. There's some nice back and forth passes here for Pittsburgh. Really doing well to just bleed the clock. And put an exclamation mark on this one. Garcia just decides to clear it, send it as far away from his own goal as possible. Ramos will send it towards Vitor. Mendez. Mendez across to Ramos. Will the goalkeeper take a chance? He passes it towards the right. Lifts it back. Mendez. Puts it across. Brought down. No foul. Lifts it back up. And just a little to the right. They tried it. They keep trying it. Pittsburgh. Has not worked yet. The long ball shot into the wide open goal. Ramos back to the right side. It's going to be cut across the face of goal. Nothing there for Lansing. Mendez trying to win it back. Pass it back to their keeper, Ramos, who's going to take a strike himself. That gets deflected away. Off the wall. Back to Ramos. Cuts it across on the right side, off the wall. Garcia couldn't get a hand to it. Schaefer there to pick up the pieces. We'll play it back. Pittsburgh will clear it. Rock to Schaefer. Back to the right side, lifts it back up. It's an open net and couldn't convert. It was across the face of goal. Ramos clears it. from well out of his own keeper's box. There's less than a minute left in this contest. Do Pittsburgh have one more in them? We'll cut it across, and they do. Pittsburgh extend their lead back to 10, and that is their 18th goal with less than a minute to go. Incredible strike to put the exclamation mark on this contest. Pittsburgh Bridge City. They entered today with a -3 goal difference. And it looks as if they will be leaving today with a +7 goal difference on the season. A swift turnaround, assuming they don't even score again. It's been a tough game for Lansing, but an unbelievable game for Pittsburgh. Without a doubt, their best of the season. And maybe just when they need it. Incredible strike from Racinos, just couldn't get anything going today. He's played well for Lansing, but no goals to show for it for himself. That one gets back across, and that will be time. Pittsburgh Bridge City FC defeat Lansing Red Cedar convincingly by a scoreline of 18-8. And are now just 2 points behind Lansing on the North Conference table with 3 games in hand. That was the first goal just a minute into this contest. TOCA, who started just the first 2 quarters and then ended up sitting the rest of the contest, had a rough night. But you see Lansing bring it right back, and that was what I talked about, 1-1 in this contest. But ever since that moment, it just went downhill from an early strike, a deflection. Pittsburgh extends their lead to 2-1 and then just continues to pile on the goals. Just goals after goals. Lots of great highlights here for Pittsburgh. Just able to thread the needles. Lots of nutmegs. Finding open spaces. This is still in the first quarter here. Rock with a great assist here as they try to find some open space. And then Rock actually ends up taking that one himself. That's right. And that was all of the goals in the first quarter. And then the second quarter was nothing but Pittsburgh. 6 goals in the second quarter. Just continuing to elevate and extend their lead, having their way with Lansing in this contest. Not even close, just getting everything over the keepers. That was during the power play, because the keeper, that was another thing for Lansing. 2 times, separate times in this contest, twice, Lansing had 2 different keepers get blue cards where they had to have another player sub in for a keeper during a power play. And both times, of course, resulted in a Pittsburgh goal. And then we are still on second quarter highlights where Pittsburgh are just continuing to pile on the goals. You can just see the defense not even in shape for Lansing, just really struggled to find their form. At this point in time, that was after the 8th goal. TOCA had been benched. They brought in Christopher Mora to try to recover and to try to bring Lansing back into this contest. And that was the last goal of the first half for Pittsburgh. And then the third quarter was a lot more interesting as Lansing started to bring some goals back into this contest. As you can see by the scoreline, the first half, Lansing only scored 1 goal, but in the entire second half, Lansing had 7 goals, and they started with 2 separate goals, 2 straight goals of their own. And all of a sudden you're thinking, Lansing are down 7 now, and maybe, just maybe, they have a chance to pull off one of the most miraculous comebacks in indoor soccer history. But before anything could happen, Pittsburgh, with probably the best strike of the night, that one was definitely a demoralizer for Lansing. But that didn't demoralize them for long. Lansing still continued to attack. Their third quarter was their best quarter. They scored once again, trying to get back into this contest. This one was the one I was very confused about. I did not even see the ball enter the net until I saw the ref's hands go up, signaling goal when I saw it live. But that one was very difficult to see. It was a Pittsburgh goal, of course, and then an incredible strike once again. That was the second straight power play goal for Pittsburgh. That was the second time a goalkeeper for Lansing got a blue card, and Lansing were on a penalty kill. But that didn't kill Lansing's dreams just yet, as they continued to attack. They scored their 5th goal, and they needed another one to bring the lead back down to 7. This was right at the end of the 3rd quarter. Lansing needed this more than anything, just to give themselves a little bit of momentum heading into the 4th quarter. It was 6-13 heading into the 4th, and you thought that maybe, just maybe, Lansing could pull some magic and score 7 in 1 quarter, even though that has not happened for a single team in a single quarter yet. You thought that maybe they could bring it back a little bit. Lansing had a moment. Those 2 goals there in the 4th quarter happened in the 1st minute of the 4th quarter. So trading goals together, it was a very high scoring second half. That one, incredible goal by Schaefer off of a set piece to put that one in the back of the net. Pittsburgh just continues to extend their lead. And the story of the night for Lansing is that no matter how many times they scored, there was the second straight goalkeeper error by Mora. Unfortunate. There was a goalkeeper error by Tukolevsky that allowed the first goal of the night that pretty much wrote the entire course of the evening for Lansing. And then that goal, the one before that, was an unfortunate blunder for Lansing once again. And Pittsburgh just continued to have their way. Lansing were able to get 1 back to bring it to 8. And then with this final goal for Pittsburgh, that will do it here for the MLIS. We appreciate you so much for tuning in. We will see you guys next time.
Soccer Kickers is the perfect year-round soccer program for children ages 2 to 12 who are new to soccer or who want to build upon past soccer experiences. Our program benefits from the skills and experiences of our lead coach, Coach Gregory Lewis, who is a former professional soccer player. The kids at Soccer Kickers learn fundamental soccer skills through fun games. Through soccer, we help our kickers develop social skills with creative activities where they learn to take turns, to share, and in addition, they learn essential soccer skills such as passing, shooting, and juggling. Using an emergent curriculum, our program factors in the developmental stage of our kickers to keep them physically active, live fit and healthy lives, and most importantly, have fun. My husband and I started this program out of a desire to have a positive impact in this community. We, parents ourselves, understand the importance of finding fun activities for children and activities that take place in nurturing and safe environments that will also challenge each child in new ways. The community of kickers, parents, and coaches is what truly makes Soccer Kickers so special. We hope this program inspires every single parent in our community to join us with their little ones and for their children to fall in love with soccer.